Greetings, humans, I'm Retrobot, and you are not. Ha ha hiki ho ho. Here I go. Ouch. Pull me out.
Greetings once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is Retro Ernest of Retro Electrotech. And on the bench, I will be performing an unboxing. And I'll just save the reveal as to what is in the box for that moment that I open it up. But right now, what I want to do is just show the customer the integrity of the box, the way that I received it. I always like to do that because when I receive packages from abroad, you know, equipment that customers are shipping me, that is, I always like to video document the way that I receive the package. Okay? Just so I can show the customer that, you know, it's intact, it hasn't had the crap kicked out of it or anything like that. It's not punctured, lacerated, crushed, and all that nightmarish kind of stuff. So, anyways, as you can see, it is sealed up. Let me see if I can at least tilt it a little bit. Okay, just so you can see the top of it sealed. And you know, we have our little battle, our battle scar there from transport, but it doesn't look like it penetrated the box. It lacerated the box underneath a little bit, but this is just the, you know, the paper covering over the box, so it's intact, good enough. Everything looks good there. The other, the back end or whatever, the other side. And the bottom is intact. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to stop the camera, and then when I get the paper off of the box and get the box ready to open and all that jazz, I will be right back. Okay, and underneath the paper is the box. And no, it's not a bench grinder. That's just what he put the piece of audio equipment in. But anyways, the box is in good shape. I'm not going to be able to use the paper wrapping on it. I didn't quite have that level of patience to go through and recycle that. But I do acknowledge his good job in wrapping it in paper. But all that's necessary for me to send it back is just the box. And as long as it's taped up nicely and the box is intact, it's not punctured or cut up or anything like that, so everything's good. So it's sealed up nicely. I'm going to get it opened up, and once I do that, then we'll take a look at what's inside and his packing job and all that stuff. So hopefully everything is good and the piece of equipment was well protected. So I'll be back in just a moment. This video has been brought to you by Schmuck Slapper Enterprises, the leading supplier of large rubber hands, because you never know when you're going to have to slap a schmuck. Order now while supplies last. Okay, so being that this bench is such a tall bench, it's more of a standing bench. I might have to prop the back of the box up a little bit, so it does look like everything is good here. Okay, packed good. You can see that. Let me see here. There's a letter in here for me. Yeah, he did a box within a box kind of thing, or it looks like it anyways, or is this just a cardboard cover? I think it might be a box within a box. So that's good. Let me get these materials lifted out. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yeah. It's more of a cap he put on. It's not a complete box, but that's fine. That's not a problem. He packed it pretty good. Got you know, some nice styrofoam blocks in there and all that. So that'll do for what he was sending me, or for what he sent me. So let me get the rest of the stuff out of there, and you can already kind of see if you peek in there. It's a Magnavox Imperial Micromatic. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of here, get some of the debris cleared off the bench, and then we'll just kind of take a look at it. So as mentioned a moment ago, it's a Magnavox Imperial Micromatic record changer. And you know, as far as these record changers from this era are concerned, the Magnavox Micromatics are one of my favorite. I can honestly say I do like them. I own one myself, and anyways, yeah, these are cool. I've worked on many of them. A few of them you probably saw in a video that I did not too long ago, but did a lot of them off video and over time and all that stuff. So anyways, yeah, pretty cool. Now this one here looks pretty good. The you know, the turntable itself, you know, all the metal, and you know, the tone arm and all that, the overarm, or you know, record dropping arm and everything. The only flaw that I see, and that the customer noted in his letter, I'm going to read the letter real quick, is the speed control knob here. It's cracked right here on the inside here. It's cracked. So maybe I could try to source one and, you know, see what there is to see there. But my main focus is just going to be restoring the mechanical aspect of this turntable. And perhaps I'll, you know, if I can't come up with something, I'll just leave that to the customer, and he can, you know, as time permits, he can every once in a while go on the auction site and see if somebody's parted one out, and if they're selling a knob or something like that, or whatever the case. So yeah, that's cool. It's looking good. The platter, you know, it's funny, this platter is obviously badly degraded and all cracked, but I kind of like that look. It's kind of cool, actually. I don't know. It's just my opinion, but I kind of like that desert look, you know, that drought, the ground, you know, all cracked and whatnot. So anyways, so he just sent me a letter saying, "Hello, Ernest, encloses my record changer. I understand you mainly focus on the mechanical mechanisms of the changer." I'll just stop there. As I just mentioned, you know, I do it all. You know, the electrical / electronics. There's not really much in the way of electronics to speak of in this. You know, just, you know, the motor, you know, an electric motor, tone arm wiring, the cartridge, and he goes on to say just that. I'm not sure if you work on the cartridge and needle, but if you do, can you reinstall the cartridge for me? The feed wires, he's referring to the tone arm wiring, that they're a bit short, and so forth. And yeah, also the speed control is cracked, but still works. Okay. I'm hoping to find a replacement. Alright, so anyways, I got the enclosed cartridge off eBay along with some needles. Yeah, I didn't see an enclosed cartridge, but then again, it's packed in there, I'm sure, in all the packing material. I just didn't notice it, but okay, that's fine. I'll look out for that, of course. Ideally, I would like to replace the cartridge with a better one, if that's even possible. Yes, it is. And depending on what you provided in the box, I'll look at it, and if it looks adequate, fine. If not, I will source a decent cartridge and stylus replacement and all that for you, not a problem. And there's no time constraints. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm glad there isn't. Man, him and I talked briefly a while back, but yeah, I am very, very busy, and you know, as I mentioned, so I will get to it. I just wanted to do this initial, you know, evaluation unboxing. I'm not going to power it up right now. What I will do is just flip it over here carefully. Okay, I don't want to put any scratches on anything. And let me adjust the camera here. So everything looks good under here. Just right off the bat, the mechanism looks like it's intact. I don't see anything that really stands out. You know, of course, when I power it up and check everything, I'll see how the mechanism cycles just right off the bat. But as always, these mechanisms need to be stripped, cleaned of old lubricants, and you know, whatever other dirt and debris has worked its way in. You know, the motor needs to be disassembled and cleaned and, you know, relubricated and all that good stuff, the typical stuff. And I'll probably have to go through and work on some of the adjustments that I demonstrated in the previous videos where I went over restoring these, and the muting switch here and all that. It may need to be you know, have the contacts cleaned because those get a bit finicky, and you know, the muting switch that engages and disengages during the cycling of the tone arm, so you don't get mechanical noise feeding through, you know, into your audio system. Yeah, but from what I can see, everything looks pretty decent under here. It doesn't look rough. It's not all, you know, rusted, you know, oxidized, whatever. So I think this is a nice candidate for a restoration. Let me get it in camera view. So I'm just kind of spin it around. Yeah, everything looks good. I'll know a little bit more once I get into it, but that's going to be for a later time. I'm going to shelve it for now, and I'll start working on it. I'll try to get to it ASAP because I don't want to leave the guy waiting too long. But anyways, I'll do the best I can, and by the time it's all done, and and one more thing too. Yeah, the plate here, you can see it. It just needs to be you know, re-adhered to. You know, we'll clean this all up in here and re-adhere this in place and all that. Not a big deal. And I'll probably end up running some. He has the tone arm wired, so it wasn't bouncing around during transport. But the wiring here, let me just kind of pull it out a little bit. He says the wiring looks kind of short and all that. It probably would be good to pull some new tone arm wiring through the tone arm. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. If I can work with what's there, fine. The wiring itself looks okay. It doesn't, you know, from what I can see, you know, the insulation on it looks good. It doesn't look all frayed or anything, so it might be fine. If I have enough slack here to attach to the new cartridge and all that, I'll just run with it. But other than that, yeah, I think things look good. It made it here in one piece. These things are pretty darn tough. Other than the plastic, you know, old plastic especially does get brittle over time and all that. But even the plastics on these aren't too bad. And of course, the mechanism itself, as you can see, you know, it's all metal mostly, except for, you know, some of the gears there. But other than that, I mean, these things are pretty darn bomb-proof. I mean, these things were made very well. Oh, and by the way, you know, I didn't take off the platter in this video. A matter of fact, you know what, let me do that. Let me take off the platter real quick before we end this video. So let me stop. Let me pull the clip off of the hub there, the spindle hub, and I'll lift the platter off, and we'll at least take a look at the condition of the idler wheel and see if it's still kind of rubbery and supple, or if it's hardened up, it's cracking and all that. I would venture a guess, judging by the rubber of this platter, it might not be in the greatest of shape, but let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so here we are, obviously, with the platter off, and the drive wheel here still has some suppleness to it a little bit. It doesn't look cracked or anything. The drive wheels seem to hold up better and on these, but it's hard to tell on camera, I'm sure, but I'm able to lift the rubber and kind of bend it a little bit. So I think we'll be okay with the drive wheel. It still is rubbery enough to where it will also grip. You know, it still has some gripping surface left to it. So I will evaluate that a little bit further though, but to me it looks like it's okay right now. On the other hand though, and I'm just going to get in here and remove the, let me see if I can, yeah, Let me see, maybe this little jeweler's screwdriver will work a little bit better. But yeah, let me get this idler wheel off, because the idler wheel is a different story. And let's see here. Yeah, let me see. So you can see it's cracked, and it's really hard. It's more plasticky than anything. I don't know if you'll be able to tell when I tap on it, but kind of has a kind of a harder you know, sound to it. And when they get plasticky like this, they really get kind of slick and have a tendency to start slipping. You may or may not know, and you know, of course this is to the customer or anybody who may not know, but the idler wheel is what rotates and grips the inner rim of the platter and turns it. So when this goes to pot and, you know, wears down, also too, you know, the surface will just wear down over time, and again it gets hard and slick and all that, starts slipping and all that, and it's cracking, as you can see. So this is going to absolutely have to be replaced. So yeah, and you know, as always, I'll go through the mechanism, I'll strip it and dip it and get everything nice and clean and cleaned and relubricated where needed. All of the working surfaces of the various, you know, gears and cams and levers and all that good stuff. So that's it for this video. When I start getting into it and going through the motions of restoration, I may do a video on it. I mean, I probably will for the customer's sake, especially if I have the time by then. And you know, I did videos on these before, so I may rinse and repeat and do another one specifically on this. So that's about it. So that's what I wanted to do, is unpack it, check it out, make sure it was okay, go over a little bit of, you know, just looking it over and, you know, forming my plan of attack, which I already know what needs to be done. But for those of you who enjoy watching this aside from the customer, that's about it. So I'm going to end it here, guys, and as I always say, peace, love, music, and the vintage audio that brings it to your ears. Till next time, y'all take care.
This is a poor man's shoe production.